So, right, well, you made it through all of the snow and bad weather and everything that we're having then.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is still coming as we go up north to Helsinki and Scandinavia, you know.
Yeah.
It's still ahead of us.
So, Markus, are you metal?
Well, I guess I'm here. Till Christmas I have to be very metal, you know. Every night and every day. No, metal. The question is like, my life is just like doing music. Doing metal music is not something you put away when you go to bed. Sometimes I wake up in the night having this idea. When I go to the toilet, I have this melody. I have to keep it on some handy phone or somewhere, you know. It's just always there sometimes.
You write your songs on the toilet then?
Sometimes I get some ideas when I'm driving in a train. You know, that's where Eagle Fly Free is coming from. It's been inspired actually from the train. And Mikey did some Eagle Fly Free out of it, you know.
Well, good place if any. So you've been on tour with Stratovarius for a week now. You're about a week into the tour. How has that been so far?
It's been pretty good so far. It's been fun. The guys are alright. They're playing well. It's a good package, I guess. As they have their full hour and stuff. And being able to play a lot of songs, it's nice. We like this.
So you've just released Seven Sinners. Has that been? Do you think it's going to go down as a popular album, or?
I hope so.
Have you looked at reviews and stuff like that then?
Yeah, we gotta be. Yes, of course. We read the magazines, and sometimes somebody's sending me some magazines. Of course, you read it, and it seems to be. People seem to really like it after all, which is good. You know.
It seems like it's sort of harder, darker, faster than before. So
somehow it was just there, you know, listening to the first demo tracks. There was like Are You Metal, and then there was like Seven Sinners, and we thought, all right, this is there. Don't touch it, leave it like it is. Just give it a heavy sound, and then there you have it. Instead of forcing it into another direction, so we wouldn't really touch it. Just leave it like it is, and so I would say this is like a natural born heavy metal album, you know, because it was there from the beginning, the direction, you know.
So why Of the Sinners then? I mean, you all wrote different songs on the album, but the name Seven Sinners, as I read, came from because there were so many songs about sinners that you wrote. Why?
No, we just thought it's not such a big concept behind it. It's just like the song we liked, and number seven is a very, very lucky number for Helloween anyway. You have the keeper and all that, you know. It goes very good along with myths and all that stuff, you know. Seven sinners, seven sons, seven keys, and then so on, you know.
So you can't really put anything down to influencing like the change in sound then. It's just sort of a natural progression.
Yeah. It was just kind of there and really easy to push it in the direction that it is now, you know, without even talking about what direction we want to go this time, you know. So we kept this line that was there already, which I call a natural born album.
So I have to ask, is there any kind of bad reputation with the UK for German bands playing here? Like, are you scared of playing in this country or something?
I'm definitely not scared anymore. You know, I can remember joining Donington at 86. Was that 86? You can imagine we were like 24 or something. Doing Donington, there was like 110,000 people, and it was raining. We come to the show. We drove to the show with a van, and there was already the people digging real big holes into the grass, you know, into the mud, sliding and all that. And then the Bailey brothers talking some bullcrap on stage, and then they throw like big sausages and all kinds of bottles and all kinds of shit to the stage, and you think that's what you're going to do right now, hitting that stage, you know. Oh God, how can I survive? After seeing this, there's nothing in the world I'm scared of. After doing Donington 86, there's nothing in the world I'm scared of, you know. I quite remember this.
That's very funny. So, also this year you released Unarmed, an album of reworked songs from the past. Where did the idea for doing this come from?
It's like really an anniversary album for Helloween's like 25th anniversary, and we wanted to do something different really. Instead of like remastering, remixing, and then add 1 or 2 extra tracks to it. Like, that's just Helloween. We want to make things very, very different from what people expect sometimes, you know. And I know some hate it, you know, but that's another thing. We're not scared to do things we have in mind. You can be scared about anything you do, but if you shit in your pants, you're not right in this business, you know. We do what we like. You know, we do what we feel is best, and we wanted to give the people something which wasn't there from Helloween, instead of just remixing. And that's what we definitely did, you know. That was important for us. And experimenting with the stuff, do it a little bit different than just put some acoustic campfire crap to it. That's not us. What you hear is more us than any campfire crap, you know.
Do you think maybe you might play some of these new versions in the live environment?
No, we don't do this. We might do a little ballad without any guitars. I mean, without any electric guitars. That's planned. But then it's a song which is not on the unarmed. Later on, we don't do it on the festival. That's planned so far. But we did a little tour with it in Germany, just doing those versions with light gear, half distorted guitars, and level set really down. It was cool, you know. But then it was it. Now we go for the real thing.
So, well, you've been with Helloween pretty much from the beginning. When you released the first Keeper of the Seven Keys albums, did you feel like you're releasing something that would influence so many people?
It was weird. No, we didn't thought about this, but what we felt is like from like the very first mini album to the Walls of Jericho, it was like a big step. People loved like the mini album with the Exploding Pumpkin, and then we had the Walls of Jericho. They seemed to like it even more, and then we had that big change with the singer, and then again we weren't scared to make a change, you know. And it was just working. It was working better than we expected, and so suddenly you found yourself on tour somewhere down in America. You know, hell, great, you know, great shit. And then the manager came up to us before the first show starts, the day before the very first show starts. He wanted to talk to us, giving some advices, and I thought it's going to be about behaviors and money and blah. All he said was like, AIDS is big in America, use a rubber. Being 24 years old, pushed into America for 2.5 months, you know, that was nice. I like that. You know, all of that, and then we played a hell of a lot of shows down there, plus what we did now in Europe, what we are still doing in Europe. Apart from that, the American market was more open for traditional metal, you know. We do the tours still as long as we did in the old days. Apart from America, North America was a bit. This is a strange market for us for like traditional metal. But then now you have South America. We go there for like 4 or 5 weeks, and that was never done before in the old days. South America became a very great life market for us, you know.
So, well then after those, you released Pink Bubbles and Chameleon, which people are a bit so funny about now. What's your opinion on that?
Some weird shit, right? It's been like the Pink Bubbles was kind of weird because the band was also in a weird state and had different opinions about music, different opinions about what song to put on the record. And then we were in the middle of that, right before that, after Kai left, we had that record company fights. They sue us, we sue them, and so on, and blah blah blah. It went on like this for more than 2.5 years, while we were actually rehearsing for this album, you know. And so you never know when a case like this is going to be closed and you can go ahead doing your music. It's just like you couldn't really know. It's just like we were asking to go to the studio when it will be the right time. They said, all right, next month there's a case, we're going to win, and then we go to the studio. But we didn't. It was like they kept us rehearsing for this album for more than a year, you know. And so we kind of over-rehearsed it till you get tired, because we never knew what will be the time to hit the studio. It's been a weird album, of course. There's some nice tracks on it, but the whole thing wasn't just like I like the album in a way, but it's also that we were in a weird state, and you can hear that definitely. Also, like the Chameleon, we wanted to try something totally different, you know.
Yeah.
I'm lucky we found the way back with Andy to the Masters of the Rings, you know. After the Chameleon, we said, all right, we got to do some real stuff now.
So, I mean, Andy's got such a different kind of vocal style to Michael. So, I mean, how was he picked as a new singer?
We liked him, you know. It's just like we knew him from the early days when they recorded their records in Hamburg. So we hung out, drink and smoke a lot and shit and stuff like this. And it's been a nice time we had, and so he was our first choice, you know. We knew it's going to be different, but we wanted it to be different, you know.
So, later down the line, there was the Dark Ride album, which the users on our website has rated as one of the most popular Helloween albums. But yeah, it's one of my favourite too. But after that album, you had to sort of let go of Roland and Yuli. Why was that the case?
It's been another weird time too. It's hard to explain now. It's just like, you know, things have different opinions sometimes about the whole thing, what Helloween is supposed to be, you know. And we didn't feel like this is right. You know, we felt something is strange. Because they wanted to do their solo album, they asked me to join it before it was like Masterplan.
Yeah.
I said that would be looking very, very funny if I join this now. It looks like we fired them too. So I said, no, it's better you do this. And there was different opinions about what Helloween is supposed to be, you know.
Yeah.
And if you have this feeling, you've got to change something. And it can be cruel, it's not nice always. In a long-term career that Helloween has, there's a lot of times we have to make very, very strong decisions affecting everybody's life in the band.
Yeah.
And that's always like, you have to decide something, even though it's not funny all the time. You know.
It was hard to let them go then, even though you liked them.
Each and every people leaving Helloween was kind of hard, because once you start, you think, wow, now we're kind of a gang and we go for nobody can hurt us at all, you know. We're strong and nothing's there to beat you, you know. And then one's leaving, the one's got to be fired, then you lose a bit of your illusion, and then you start realizing reality is making up, kind of. And then you start thinking different, and then you have to make decisions about it, you know. That's the way you'll find out.